I'm constantly told that flat earth doesn't matter to the Bible and that flat earth isn't biblical, but all of the Greek churches are literally firmaments with crosses on top because God sits on top of the firmament like the Bible says. I feel like people don't even realize that the blue domes in Greece are all churches. Flat earth brings so many people to God because it wakes people up to God's actual design that we have scientific proof of, we have biblical proof of. This is how God created the earth. And if the Byzantines thought it was important when building the churches, I don't see why we would say today that it's not important or that it's not biblical. The earth is flat with a firmament above us. Space is fake. There is a war for your soul. Jesus is real. That is why they hide this.
What's up, class? Today we're gonna look at some amazing footage from the Almighty Ones. Check this out, dude. Look at the earth rising from the moon, bro. Dude, this is like, what? This right here is the Blue Ghost flyby, dude. Look how amazing and how crisp and pristine it looks. I mean, dude, I got so many more to show y'all. Hold on. Probably one of my all-time faves, class. Check this out, dude. Watch the moon go behind the earth, man. And somebody explain to me why it did that little egg oval. Look at this right here. What, if that's a solid object, what's causing it to do this? No, I'm not joking, okay? Watch the video. I mean, whenever you see pictures like this, really and truly, man, do you see it and you go, oh my goodness, they were out there in outer space and they snapped a picture, man. This is like, holy smokes. Or are you like, wait a second, that doesn't look very real, but this right here looks real. Look right here at all the little cloud formations. Look at this right here. This is the blue marble of 2002. NASA fanboy, yeah, that's a lot of y'all in the comments anyway. I mean, just look at these right here. You know, I already know y'all are going to get in the comments. Y'all are going to talk all this smack because you won't even watch the video. You won't even make it this far. And your excuse is going to be, oh, well, dude, just come on, man. God gave us 2 ears and, wait, what's it again? Yeah, you get the point, man. Ugh.
Now this don't make no sense. The Earth's core is the innermost geological layer, composed of a solid inner core and a liquid outer core. It's primarily made of iron, nickel, and is incredibly hot, even hotter than the sun's surface. But when you go into the ocean and the further down you go, the water gets cold. Why isn't the Earth's core warming up the water like soup in a pot? And I heard that we get our heat from the sun. That can't possibly be right. So the mainstream narrative says that our sun hits the ozone layer. It's absorbed by the surface at 50%, 30% is reflected, and 20% is absorbed. But these men are on the mountain, freezing to death, brother. That don't make no sense. How are these men at the highest point on Earth, but it's the coldest? I mean, come on, brother. How can the heat travel through space, but space is still cold? Come on, brother.
This is an official NASA video of nightlife on Mars, guys. Look at this. Do you guys buy? Why aren't the stars twinkling? When you go outside and you look at the stars, they twinkle in the night sky. They are completely, look at it, look at that right there. They couldn't even put the effort in to make them twinkle and shimmer. This is obvious. Like, who's buying this? Like, put in the comments if you think that this is real. Look at this. The stars are not twinkling at, come on, guys. Come on, guys. It's getting funny at this point. They actually are laughing so hard at all you guys because you believe them. It's unbelievable. Look at that. That is completely computer generated CGI image. This is not what we observe at all. It's the complete opposite of what we observe. You know that, right? You do know that, right? Go outside and look. Let's also think about this. How can we land a rover on Mars, but we can't get a real picture of the Earth? You know, NASA tells us that all the pictures of the Earth that we have, they're all composites from satellites. So how can we land a rover on Mars, but we can't take a photo of the Earth? Why is there no 24-hour time lapse of the Earth spinning at 1,000 miles per hour? Why isn't that a thing if we're on Mars with a rover? Riddle me that, globies. Peace and love.
I was just curious, like a curiosity rover on Mars. I decided to go on Google to Google the image of a circular flat object taken with a fisheye lens. Now, this is what they show you as our planet Earth. I will show you the image, what it will look like. Okay, this is the image of a flat object taken with a fisheye lens. That was the prompt I gave to Google. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, now read here. Image of a flat circular object taken with fisheye lens. Look at the result. Did you see your spinning ball? Did you see your spinning ball from space? Okay, let me zoom this spinning ball for you to see what they've been showing you that you are living on. A flat circular object. It come out to be like a spinning ball. This is the one NASA shows us. Of course, you can see it is from them. The one they show us, that it is where you live. A flat circular object taken with a fisheye. That's what NASA is showing us. A flat circular object taken with a fisheye. Flat circular object taken with a fisheye. It turned out to be like a ball, a sphere. So this is exactly what they've been using to deceive all of us in the name that we are living on a spinning ball. So this is not a spinning ball. It is a flat circular object taken with a fisheye lens camera. Now let me show you the fisheye lens. This is a fisheye. That's why it creates your spinning ball. This is exactly what they use to make you believe that you have an image of a spinning ball from space. Crazy, right?
Thunder is ultimate proof that we live under God's firmament dome.
2, 1.
Now compare that to actual thunder and lightning. Now, for there to be an echo, there has to be a surface for it to bounce back off of back to the listener. That surface is the firmament. This is the model of the universe depicted by the ancient Hebrews. We have a flat, stationary Earth with a firmament dome over top, with the sun, moon, and stars all local. This is why you can feel the sun on your skin. If it was 96 million miles away, you wouldn't be able to feel it on your skin. But they hide this stuff from you because they don't want you following the Most High's word. And they don't want you believing in His existence or the existence of His Son. And Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters that were under the firmament from the waters that were above the firmament. And it was so. And Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, Shamayim, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, witnesses, for seasons, for days, and for years." Elohim means mighty one in Hebrew. It's the original word for God, which is found in the Hebrew text, which is where the origin of these scriptures come from. Like I said, all this information has been hidden from us, which is why I made the True Earth book for you guys. You guys can download this in my profile. Pretty much exposes everything you need to know about the True Earth. Don't forget to like and follow, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I want you to watch this video and ask yourself, are these people in front of a green screen? Watch this guy clap his hands. Watch his hands. Look at this. What is that? And when the rocket goes up, none of them look up. Look at this. They're just clapping their hands. You can see the fading. None of them are looking up. So I got a question for all the brainwashed globe heads. Riddle me this. This is a photo of the moon from 238,000 miles away, apparently. And the moon's radius is about 1,000 miles. Now this is a picture of the Earth from the moon, the exact same distance away. But the Earth's radius is about 4 times bigger than the moon, or so we're told. So why is the Earth smaller than the moon in this picture than this one. How does that make any sense? Probably because it's CGI Photoshop and we actually can't go to the moon.
And we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched anime.
You watched animation. Could you imagine hearing the guy that supposedly went to the moon say that, no, that was animation, and still believing that we went to the moon, and seeing this and believing, yeah, we went to the moon for sure. Y'all are globetards, and it's time to wake up. Peace and love.
The Earth is flat. If you jump up in a fast-moving high-speed train, will your landing position change? Actually, it won't. From the perspective of other passengers inside the train, you are not moving forward or backward. Relative to an observer outside the train, when you jump, both your body and the train are moving forward at the same speed, which is why you land in the same spot. But what if you jump on the roof of the train? Will the result be the same? Inside the train, the outer shell acts as a protective shield. You don't feel any effects from the outside environment. However, once you're on the roof, the air resistance created by the high-speed train moving forward will hit you like a powerful wind. In this situation, if you try to jump straight up, the air resistance will slow you down while the train continues moving forward. As a result, you will land further back. In fact, the air resistance at high speeds makes it difficult to even stand upright, let alone perform combat moves like in action movies.
So those intense fight scenes on top of moving trains, they're pure fiction.
1984 footage, this dude floating through space. Come on, man. I got so many to show y'all, dude. Watch. Was this dude trapped way out in space? Or is it fake? You ever Googled pictures of Antarctica from space? How about try it out and show me what you got, man? Allegedly, this right here is even fake, man. This right here is even CGI. Everybody says. I don't know for sure, though. What do y'all think, man? You do have to admit, though. One's like this one right here, man. Look, 3 separate images, right? 3 exact same reflections in the face mask. How is that possible if these were all taken by possibly different astronauts? I mean, one looks a little muscular, one looks a little skinny, one looks a little fat. I'm just saying, how is that possible? Somebody tell me, man. I'll wait. Then you got things like, how are you going to forget to put your boots on backwards on the wrong feet? No, it's not CGI. You can look it up. There's a whole story on how the dude accidentally did it. Come on, dude. Like, really, man? This is what makes the people wonder about things. Look, this is the NASA Blue Marble of 2002. Look at all the things that are circled in this image. Look closely now at every single one of them. They would appear to be the exact same image. Every single one. Now, is that possible for that many clouds to like make that many just replica? Come on, man. Y'all have a good day.
This 1-minute Bible lesson will explain simply the firmament. The Bible says in Genesis 1:7, "And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament." That means the firmament is something God placed over the earth to keep our ecosystem separate from the seas above. It is described in Job 37:18 like this: "Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass?" Now that we see the firmament is described as a solid object over the earth, let's see what God can do with it. In Genesis 1:8, God called the firmament heaven. This makes sense with Genesis 7:10 because God opens the windows of heaven in order to flood the earth with the waters above. You would only need a window if it were a solid object. We see similarly in Revelation 4:1 where it says a door was opened in heaven, which an angel in heaven used to speak to John, who was on the earth.
It's even NASA that gave us a picture of a globe. NASA has it on record that they don't have a picture of the earth from the sky. You know the machine that you find in every aircraft, the gyroscope? The gyroscope works on a flat earth, flat plain ground, a flat table. That's how that machine works. It doesn't work on a spherical object. It's in every plane. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people have different theories. All that you needed to do is to get into a helicopter, you take off, you wait in the air, let the earth spin, and bring America here and you land. Simple. That's it. It's so strange how from the sky a plane or even a helicopter can land on an earth that is spinning at 1,500 kilometers an hour. And there are markings on the earth, on the helipad, they mark. And you have to land on those marks, those white marks, on an earth. What makes sense to you today? You get into your kitchen, you take a plate, you put water. Those are the seas. And it's known according to our old maps, the earth was flat. And around, go and look at our old maps. What do you see at the edge? Ice wall. There is a wall around the earth, which is of ice. And that's the highest point. It's not even Mount Everest. That's the highest point around the earth, which keeps the water inside. That's the only way you can get to the end, is the water in a plate. These countries are simply islands. But how come they don't fly past? Okay, you are good researchers. Okay, go and look for Antarctic Treaty. Antarctic Treaty. In 1959, there was an agreement where 53 most powerful countries signed an agreement that we will not allow humans to explore beyond the Antarctica. No planes should fly beyond the Antarctica. Why an agreement? Even NASA that.
Guys, this destroys the globe totally, because if the moon was actually here on 19th of August up till 1:45 p.m., starting from the east in the morning until 1:45 p.m. Now let's go to the top of the globe, the most western top of the globe, which is the northwest. New York was 12 o'clock, San Francisco was 2 o'clock. So the moon was seen by someone in the Botswana, South Africa, Zimbabwe at the same time the moon was seen in San Francisco, another part of North America. Now imagine yourself sitting here on the west top of the globe, seeing the same sky where the person sitting on the bottom east of the globe. That is geometrically impossible on a globe. Now let's show you the visuals. This was the moon on the 19th of August in the sky on the bottom east of the globe, which is southern part of Africa. Now it is seen until 1:45 a.m. and it is closer to the sun that they can be captured in one shot. So if you are facing the moon, if you want to face the sun, you just make less than 52 degrees rotation. This means they were very close to each other. Now, if the moon was reflecting off the sun as well, there is no way the moonlight was supposed to be, fainty. It's supposed to be brighter, as its light source was basically closer to it. But that's by the way. Now let's look at this phenomenon on a flat earth model. You will see how possible it can be on a flat earth model, as the moon and the sun is rotating above us. They will eventually meet each other, just like you can see them now. They will eventually meet each other, be closer to each other in this way. And in this way, we can see this the sun and the moon in different locations because they are above us, and the weather permits us to see them. On a flat earth, never in a globe. Never. Welcome to flat earth.
Hello, Aku ada brand, aku tak ada rem, aku ada lobeng, macam ada gun, aku ada rival, aku ada enemy, dia nak habis, aku bagi sekali ban, aku ada hit, dia nak lagi, korang nak skirt, aku ada key, aku loka kepala obviously, pukul aku gila macam aku Bruce Lee, kalau barang aku baik, aku mandor.
The flat earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.